Hey everyone, Tony here, JP Wisco back with another video for you. And today, I'm going to concentrate on the Brooklyn Dodgers. So recently, I've been putting together the 1954 Dodgers team set, 1954 Topps Dodgers team set. So I'm going to show you that, but I'm going to get things started by showing you a great card I've acquired of a player who is surprisingly not in the 54 team set for Topps. I don't know, maybe he had an exclusive contract for Bowman that year or something like that. But anyway, great card, super excited to have it. That's the 1949 Bowman Pee Wee Reese. And this is a well-loved card, as you can see. It's got tape residue on all four sides. I love that, actually. Some kid probably loved this card. He had it in a binder or a scrapbook or something like that. And I got this card for a pretty decent price. I think I paid about $30 for this card. So, you know, who says the hobby's expensive, right? You got to find those deals in the current climate.
This is low inside. Ball one. This is a pitcher's win today, as it will hold up balls that might otherwise be hit out.
Okay. So let's get into the 54 team set. I'm going to go in order they appear in the set. So the first card needs no introduction. Let's just put it up there. That's the 54 Jackie. I had this card, and this card was kind of the reason that I decided to put this 54 team set together. You know, I kind of had the biggest card out of the way. I got this card a couple years ago. Or not a couple, a year or so ago, for way less than it's going for now, I'll tell you that much. So there's the Jackie, number 10 in the set. My camera's screwing my hand around. Okay, so Jackie, of course, doesn't need any introduction, but these other players that are a little lesser known, I'm going to give some fun facts about them. So let's keep it going. Here's Preacher Rowe, and Preacher Rowe was a great pitcher for the Dodgers. He's a 5-time All-Star. He ended his career with a 3.43 ERA. And Willie Mays, apparently, based on my research, Willie Mays said that Preacher Rowe had 2 fastball speeds, slow and slower. So, there's Preacher Rowe. And next up, another player that doesn't really need any introduction, but here he is anyway. So Duke Schneider, of course, the Duke of Flatbush, one of the greatest all-time Brooklyn Dodgers stars. And fun fact, in 1956, Duke Schneider was 10th in NL MVP voting. However, he actually led the NL in B-WAR. So if you're a super modern, sabermetric kind of person, and that would make you chuckle. First in B-WAR for that year, but 10th in MVP voting. And do you know who won MVP that year? It was his teammate, Don Newcomb. So another Brooklyn Dodger took it home. Don Newcomb is also not in the 54 team set. Okay, next up we've got Jim Gilliam. And Jim Gilliam was just an all-around great player for the Dodgers. He was Rookie of the Year, 4-time World Series champ. And a fun fact about Jim Gilliam is that he is the only Dodger who has his number retired who is not in the Hall of Fame. Next up, we've got Billy Herman. So Billy Herman had a great major league career. Let's see here. He was a 10-time All-Star, and he is a Hall of Famer. He had most of his playing time with the Cubs, and as a coach for the Dodgers. So at this time, he was already a coach. And so, yeah, he didn't really play for the Dodgers, but he was a coach. So.
Yankee pitching has certainly been rough on the Brooklyn right-hand hitter. Caprice.
Okay, and next up is another, I guess I should say would have been a great Dodger pitcher. He was a good pitcher, but like Jackie, his career was truncated, shall we say, in the major leagues. Joe Black. And Joe Black won Rookie of the Year in 1952. And he played for the Baltimore Elite Giants in the Negro Leagues. And he is a two-time champion in the Negro Leagues.
Walking out to the mound for the second inning.
And a fun fact about Joe Black is that he was the first African-American to win a World Series game.
Struck out 6 and was the winning pitcher. Reynolds was charged with the defeat. Black then came back in Game 4 and again was pitted against.
So next up, we've got another great Dodgers all-rounder, and that's Gil Hodges. Like I said, Gil Hodges was just an all-around great player. Let's see some of the numbers. He was an 8-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove, 2-time World Series champion. And yeah, Gil Hodges, he's always, his name kind of pops up for Hall of Fame consideration periodically. He's just kind of one of those guys where he's kind of like, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. But he has been considered. He'd have to get in on committee, obviously. Just all around great numbers, but just nothing, that kind of really pops out at you in terms of like hits. He didn't have 3,000 hits. He didn't have 500 home runs, but all the numbers taken together were just pretty good for Gil Hodges. So. All right, and then we've got Ben Wade. Ben Wade is he's not really a player of too much note. He only played, let's see, it was 2 years. He played 2 years for the Dodgers, and he was a little bit of a journeyman. He played for a few teams. And he ended his major league career with 19 wins as a pitcher. So again, Ben Wade, not a player of note, but I think every sort of any player who makes it to the major leagues is just an exceptional player in their own right? And I think even these lesser guys kind of deserve to be recognized. And let's see here. Next up, we've got Jim Hughes. And Jim Hughes is another one where he's not really a player of too much note, another pitcher. He spent 4 years in Brooklyn, and he was on the 55 championship team against the Yankees.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Okay, and next up, we've got Johnny Padres. Like Preacher Rowe, another one of the sort of really great Dodgers pitchers, star pitchers. Johnny Padres, let's see, 4-time All-Star. You got 3 rings, and probably the coolest thing about Johnny Padres is that he was the 1955 World Series MVP. That magical year that the Dodgers finally beat the Yankees. He was named MVP. He pitched a Game 7 shutout to defeat the Yankees. And finally, I've got Don Hoke. Don Hoke was an infielder who, again, he's kind of maybe one of those, shall we say, lesser players, not really of too much note. He spent his first 2 years in Brooklyn, 54 and 55. So he is a two-time World Series champion. He won his second World Series in 1960 with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Papa. Going out into center. Schneider coming in. Takes it for the
So that'll do it. Oh, hey, by the way, there's one card missing from this 54 team set. Do you know who it is? You probably do know who it is, but I need to get that card hopefully sometime I can. We'll see. Thanks as always for watching. Peace.
Now we have Gene Woodling, who just made that fine